temple was sunk. And this is the ring of islands is probably what remains of one central island. In what you've read, there's no recollection or comment on there being anyone settled here. But from what you can see, a ways out, looking through your spyglass, is that there are very clearly some huts. Even more than huts, they're more of small fisherman shack type buildings. There is a small settlement on this westernmost island. They even have a small dock with two small boats moored to it. They look like small fishing vessels.
Alright, yeah, we're probably coming in fully lit then.
Okay. Coming in fully lit. Ooh.
Litty titty.
Alright. Pulling up to the dock, there are 3 men standing there waiting for you as you maneuver your boat into the up to the docks. They appear to be competent shoremen, and as you toss them lines, they tie off as is common. The one who is standing back, not actually doing any of the labor, welcome to the left L. What can we do for you?
Tatiana, you're the one who talks.
The people you see, they are human.
Okay.
They are wearing fairly basic clothing that would be common for fisher folk at this part of the world. The one who does the speaking, his clothes are a little nicer. Most likely somebody spotted your lights as you were coming in, and they sent out their small delegation to meet you.
Okay,
so not a large ship, so you're not particularly looking like a
big old threat, nothing.
Right.
Okay.
Just a single-masted ship, slightly bigger than their fishing vessels.
Okay. Because my internet cut out and stuff, I probably missed like half of what you were saying. So what we left we were leaving our island and we were getting on Tulia's boat, and then I think I missed everything after that because my screen just like totally froze and I lost all sound and everything. So we were traveling where?
What exactly?
You're traveling to your destination, where the sunken temple, where the creature is supposed to be located.
So our original destination where we're trying to go and kill the people that fucked with Kate.
Yes.
Okay.
You arrived at the Ring of Islands, which is what is left of the original island that the temple was on before it was sunk beneath the waves. There is what appears to be some kind of a fishing village on the westernmost island, small island, and Tulia decided to come in with the lights on as opposed to trying to sneak in with all the lanterns smothered.
I think that was wise.
So, with pulling up to the docks, you were greeted by a delegation of 3 fisher folk, one of which looks a little bit older, a little bit nicer clothes, not much. There are 2 small fishing vessels that are also moored to these docks.
Okay.
Your sloop is bigger than their fishing vessels, but only by like twice as big. There's nothing along the lines of a galleon or a schooner or anything like that.
Okay. So since two things. One, I'm schooled in secrets, and two, we've come into contact with these people that are with this cult before. Can I tell that they are with the same people? Do I notice any of the similar tattoos or the daggers or anything we've noticed before?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Now, I will point out that just because I have you do a perception check doesn't mean there's anything there to see.
28.
Okay. You do not see any of the regalia on them that indicates the cult.
Okay.
What you do, they have knives on their belts, but none of them are, they're strictly utilitarian. Their clothing, not that funky color that the cultists were wearing. Nothing that indicates that.
Okay. And they were basically saying, "Hey, welcome. What could we do for you?"
What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Some hesitance. There's some,
That's fine.
what the fuck are you doing here in their voice, but they're not being rude about it.
How long did it take us to travel here from our island? Was it a
You
quick
made
trip?
good time, so we'll say that you made it in 4 days.
4 days, okay. And the big island, that was the other one, was like still a 5-day travel. So, I mean, we did pretty good, right? It's like an average length of time from our island. Okay, cool. So, I would just be like, well, good evening, fellas. My boobs are normally out there.
Hey, fellas.
We were just, scooting along the water these past few days, and my, are we just hungry? And this looked like a good place for us to stop for a night. And you guys look like really strong fishermen. I bet you have really great fish here. Maybe we could, stay a night and you'd help feed us.
That piece.
I can even perform a little bit. And I, pull out my little harp and get ready to...
Give it some
You
entertainment.
roll your diplomacy. See
God.
how much how he reacts to you.
Is he hot?
Guess what I rolled?
Not
That one.
high. Oh no.
You'll come across incredibly suspicious.
Peeks us. Peeks us.
They probably even think your tits are fake.
Ah!
You know
How
what?
dare
They would be the
number
first,
one.
because most people think they're real,
Ah! Excellent.
even though they're fake. Idiots.
Idiots.
Oh, they're gonna know they're fake after July. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I scheduled my boob job for July 9th, and I'm getting lip injections, and I'm really excited. So I'm gonna...
Congratulations, my lady. You're gonna look just fantastic.
Thanks! I'm excited.
Bimbalicious and gorgeous.
So they think I'm suspicious. I am.
Actually, I am. Thanks for
You thought-
noticing.
You thought correctly. I should never roll for diplomacy. I'm not even trained in it.
It was a shot in the dark, and oh boy, did it miss.
Yeah, I'm next time I can get trained in a new skill, I'm picking diplomacy. Yay, boobies!
Blue eyes.
Apple bees indeed.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I like that, bro. I
Bra does anything for my tits.
like the extra little strap.
Oh,
That's so cute.
I love bras with extra
the best for me.
That looks really great. You look pretty.
Very pretty. Very cute.
Hi, Bobby.
Hello.
Hello, my darlings.
Hello.
Mwah.
Eat your food.
Alright, well, that's my alarm for me to go and do my thing, so.
Nice. I'm not wearing any bra. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bras are for squares.
Alright,
Bobby,
I'll
Bobby.
give you the eye. I don't know why you're really here, but if you truly are just seeking some food, you're welcome to come to the mayor's house. He's got a big enough table to feed you. We don't have an inn, but that's where we gather when we have meetings and so forth.
Right. I would
What?
love that. We would love to meet your mayor. Please take us.
Oh,
giving you, looking you over. Don't want any trouble from you folks. And I see the weapons hanging on your hips. So if you kindly leave those aboard your ship, we'd be much appreciated.
Oh, not a problem. I'll leave my weapons right here. Not knowing that these are my weapons. Meh, meh, meh.
Fire hands.
Also, I have a fascinating performance. So when we get to the mayor's place, I'm gonna juggle.
Gonna seduce him with your mad skills, with your talents.
I'm gonna use it as a
So,
distraction.
weapons that are evident. Kate's big axe.
Evident.
That came out a little differently than I meant it.
Big ass? Yes.
It's a weapon.
Tulia's cutlass and a brace of knives across her chest.
You mean all my weapons?
We got you, baby.
Seffi's, what is it that you've got? You've got a sling and a staff or a spear?
Staff. I think or staff and a long spear. So I can just leave those both on the ship. It's cool.
Okay.
I have a club as well. I don't know if that's evident or not.
A club would be, yeah.
Okay. My weapons, that's okay. I have my fist.
Okay.
Julia, how do you respond to their request that you not come in armed?
Don't like it.
Downvote.
But I'm sure you have something hidden on you somewhere.
Or you could hide some of your equipment.
Yeah, I'll probably slip a knife into each boot.
Okay? Also remember, your best weapon doesn't look like a weapon.
I know, but still, separating a pirate from her knives is not cool.
Nobody knows.
My effects, please.
Right. Just, not cool. And I'm also hesitant to put my boat away like I normally would to keep it safe. Anybody have any spells they can put on the ship to keep other people off?
I could use my. I have obscuring mist. So I used
Don't forget, you also have Whack and Caradan.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, if somebody wants to stay behind on the ship, they can.
Okay, I feel better if we leave them behind, and if we can leave, the crow will agree to stay here and come and alert us if there's problems.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I will charge you 2 fish.
Deal.
If you all you want, we can give you fish.
Yeah.
We're gonna steal their fish shortly anyway, don't worry about it.
I'm really looking forward to it when you guys get some supplies in from the mainland and I can have something other than fish.
Believe me, so am I.
Soon. Very soon.
Alright, I feel better. Yeah, I'll have a dagger in each of my boots, but I will leave the big weapons and the bandolier behind.
Okay. So you guys have set up a signal that will send the Raven back to... is the Raven staying on the boat, or he's coming with you?
Staying on the boat.
Okay.
Let us know if anybody... He's our alert system.
Yes.
Our boat's protected by ADV.
Yep. Okay. So, going up to the village, you see it's been here a while. The weathered wood on the shacks, it's been at least a few seasons. There is one larger building that apparently where you're being led. You can see people looking at you out of windows and so forth. There's clearly you're getting a sense of concern and unease from all of the people watching you with a side eye.
Oh no, we're the outsiders.
Ugh. This has never happened before.
So, on arriving at the mayor's house, you're led indoors. The dock master, who was the one who brought you in, introduces you to a not fat but quite short old woman. What have you got for me here, Laws? They said they need supplies and a place to rest. From the looks of them, not much of seafaring folk.
Julia's just getting personally offended left and right.
I'm just glaring at him.
What do you have to trade for our hospitality?
Her vagina.
Ah! That too.
I'm gonna offer a blowjob, but you know, gotta negotiate a bit. Start low.
I'm sorry, I had to make a joke. I didn't really say it. Tatiana didn't say that. I was Molly being a bitch.
Ah!
I'm not gonna offer up anybody's vagina because that's. Remember that my backstory is my mom offered up my vagina when I was a child, so remember that.
Yeah.
I'm not actually
Follows
offering you up.
And sneakily
That's on
presses
you.
2 gold in the guy's hand, thinking she's like being a really good haggler.
So because I have I've got fascinating performance, and I have my harp, and I do. Well, I'm not going to do the fire juggling because I don't want them to know that I do fire spells. So I'm just going to play my harp and dance beautifully.
Yeah. Sneak two gold into the lady's hand and like wink. Stephanie thinks she's being real sharp.
I show lots of cleavage and leg.
Well, the little old lady doesn't care about your cleavage or your leg.
You never know.
But the 3 fishermen who are with them they're a little bit entranced by the exposure of some skin that's not weather worn. And with you doing this, the mayor turns to Lars and says, "Let the rest know that we have entertainment for tonight."
Okay, that is what we are. We are the entertainment.
I also got a 32 for performance, so my performance is fucking flawless.
So those boys are eating out of the palm of your hand, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Does this leave me and Kate as the hired grunts to protect the performers?
Something along the lines.
Yeah. Basically, that's what you look like.
You're the 2 experienced sea people.
Yeah.
Sailors.
Seaman. That's Vivian.
She's full of semen.
One in Seaman.
So
A lot of experience there.
we have
Sounds good.
attractive to slutty dressed performer and the priestess of Callistria in her rather provocative robes. The people of the village file in, and there is about 20 of them.
Okay.
They're all kind of short and squat, not quite dwarves, but they're not a tall people. Their clothes are kind of dingy and gray, and it's very clear that they're not living in luxury here on the island. So it's a big deal to have what they're assuming is, either a traveling bard or minstrel show up on their island. Now, surprisingly enough, they do actually have a small herd of goats on their island. So you actually managed to get something other than fish for dinner.
Fabulous.
There is fish. There's some rice. Fish, rice, vegetables.
I'll make sure to take some of that goat and wrap it up for later, for a certain crew.
Just stuffing that in your pocket as I'm performing and everyone is entranced.
My pocket, no, but in my bag, yes.
Stephanie is inside a glass
Oh, wait,
of
do I
like
still have?
a cocktail, sucking on an ice cube, watching us.
These people are lacking in the ice cubes.
Well, I'll just sit in a pint of ale then and watch and clap along. Be entertaining in my own right, just sitting in this little pint of ale clapping.
Adorable.
I love that I've turned the little plant into an alcoholic.
Steffi just giggles and then hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
Go potty. I'll be right back.
So the fishermen they take turns also telling some of their stories. You know, the story of the giant, great big fish. Some of the other basic things. That's, you know, for an island that there's not much going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys do anything besides eat and perform?
I might strike up a conversation with someone.
Okay, are you looking for any kind of information or just, hi, how are you, what's your name?
You know, as a sailor myself, I like sharing lore and things along those lines, and I'll strike up a conversation talking about different lore. I'll share some of my stories, and then I'm gonna see if I can get a story of how the islands were created. But I'll swap stories of the sea and.
Okay, so you basically try to get some local lore.
Mm-hmm. Ow! Thistle! That's not nice.
The cat just claw your leg.
My hip. It was after my hair.
Yeah, Thistle, that's not nice.
So, the fishermen offer you a little bit of information they have. Apparently, about 30 years ago, the small boat that they had was blown off course, and they ended up shipwrecked on this island. And it's from the crew of that boat that formed this island. And over the course of time, they've used their skills to go from just being seafarers to their descendants creating their own fishing village.
Why didn't anybody try and leave?
Weren't so interested in being part of somebody else's kingdom, having someone come and collect taxes. We just prefer to live here on our own. Every now and then, someone leaves. Occasionally, even less frequently, we get a new visitor join the islands. Not often.
Do I get any kind of feel as to, from the stories that he's telling and stuff, they weren't here when the original temple went down? From the stories he's telling, he's saying that they were here after the islands were all split.
Correct.
Okay.
Nothing he says talks about temple or so forth. He just talks about their history.
Ask him if there were any signs of, you know, anybody living here before they showed up. Prehistory stuff.
some small trinkets and things that we found. Nothing really significant.
If you have any of those trinkets, I'd be interested in seeing what they are. Maybe barter for 'em. I'm always interested in old things of past civilizations and people that have traveled the world before us.
I'll see what we find. It says, mostly a jar here, some rope. There were a couple of, the foundation of this building. We used some of the rocks that was already here.
Excellent.
They're fishermen and I'm going on my own fishing trip.
So the festivities go on into the evening. Anyone looking for any going to try and get any other information? So far, all they've really talked about is their village here on this island. And from what you saw before you pulled in, there's probably 4 to a half dozen islands ringing the central hollow where you believe the temple was sunk.
I mean, I might ask the people around me from my little jug, like in a cheery, like conversational way, like, what are the other islands like?
This is the big. They let you know that this is the biggest island in the chain. Most of the fishing that is to be had is out and around the island, as opposed into the central lagoon.
Why is that?
No, not much fish. And what we do pull out seems odd.
What kind of odd?
Sephi being harmlessly cute.
Exactly, being harmlessly cute, just conversational here in this mug.
Odd.
What kind of fish?
Often they look diseased, unhealthy. Nothing that looks particularly appetizing.
They got multiple eyeballs, lots of legs.
You were making a joke, but you see him looking nervous and uneasy at your statement.
Oh, fuck.
A fish with legs.
What about fish heads with 2 legs?
Zephy just kind of giggles and splashes in the water, if in the ale, to continue to be harmlessly cute, and I'll ask you some very pointed questions.
No, I don't remember if I said it, but this is the largest island in the chain.
Yeah.
He says the other ones are barren and there's nothing there.
No other peoples? Inhabitants?
Nope, nobody else.
Is it like all dudes and 1 female mayor?
No, there's it's roughly even.
Alright, that's fine.
So apparently they're probably a generation or 2 away from the original people that have crashed on the island.
Okay.
The mayor may have been part of the original crew based on her age.
I mean, they already think I'm suspicious as fuck, so like if I start asking questions, it's not gonna go well. So I'm just gonna be here to entertain while you guys get the information.
You're providing ambiance, making everybody feel more relaxed so they loosen their lips.
So your performance has actually made them a little less leery of you. At first, when you said that you were a traveling performer, and that's all that you were just looking for, food and shelter. That's all that they were not believing you. But you
Gotcha.
actually being a skilled performer surprises them, and it's like, okay, maybe she's just weird.
Yes.
Excellent.
After that conversation I had with the one individual, I'm still just kind of playing, guard over the 3 that are squishy.
Okay, so Siobhan, I know you weren't here for like a lot of the original thing, like before we found Kate, right? But you know the whole story about how like basically it was the people that followed the sea god guy, the storm god, and blah 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 blah. But being, another person on a boat, you might be the one to get away with asking questions about that god. Or Kate. Either one of y'all might be able to just be like, I've heard these stories about this god that people pray to that helps keep them safe when they're on the water. What do you think about that? What do you recommend? Because I don't want to be the one to do it. I'm up here trying to just entertain. If I start asking questions like that, that's going to be weird. So I don't know if you knew all that story background of how we got to where we are and what we're looking for, because the temple that I'm assuming that went underwater is the storm god one.
Okay.
Assuming.
I rolled a perception check to kind of scan the room and see if there's anybody that looks like I could actually talk to them and get a straight answer, and I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Probably the most naive appearing person in the room is probably what you're asking for. No person is going to be the least cagey. There is a young girl who's been tasked with filling drinks.
Alright.
And mostly it's been water and some really thin beer.
I'll see if I can strike up a conversation with her. Same thing, lore. I'll flirt with her a little bit.
Can I press the digitation some water into wine?
Then they really don't like you.
Hey guys, watch this trick. Ooh. I think I'm cool.
At first she's very friendly. Does appear a bit nervous. She lingers a little too long at your seat. Basically, you guys are at a big not oval, but a square of tables that have been so that everybody can kind of look at each other. There's a fire pit in the middle of the room. And too long, the mayor yells at her, "Keep the drinks moving."
I'll catch her real quick before she moves off and ask her if there's a place we can talk privately later.
Privately.
Okay. If you excuse yourself to the privies, they're out that way.
That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, just ask, where's the loo?
Cool.
I'll
I'll give it a few minutes, then I will excuse myself eventually.
That. You head out to the loo. Standard set of outhouses. Nothing special and a little stinky as usual. She comes out to talk to you. What is it you wanted to talk about? Is there some coin in it for me?
Industrious young lady.
Can't blame you for asking. I'll toss her a copper piece.
That'll get you only a little bit of my time, but what you want.
Honestly, I just wanted to talk to you, and it didn't seem like we could in there.
I am rather busy pouring the drinks.
I want to try and set up something where I can talk to her where she's not going to be, trying to run off. And so maybe if I can arrange to, see if she'd like to come for a tour of the ship later after she's not working and we're done with this dinner and everything.
Well, once everybody beds down for the night, I can...
Lovely. I'll have the ale ready.
She was very unsure of you. Her reaction to you is like, are you trying to seduce me or what here? She doesn't say anything out loud, but you can see the confusion across her face.
24 diplomacy just to, be friendly. Little bit of flirt.
Enticing, but not too enticing.
Yeah.
Your gaydar is flat. There is no
She not like that.
attraction
Doesn't
to a
know.
female species.
Not sexual, but you can still flirt with girls in a non-sexual way.
Mm-hmm.
Totally a thing.
All the time. Even if you're trying to be sexual, it's non-sexual. God damn it.
Ursula's think you're being nice, it's a curse!
Gay intended! Gay intended!
Yes,
Yeah,
I
seriously.
agree.
Yeah.
But I need to stick a rainbow sticker on my forehead.
But yeah, no, I'm not trying to go for the sexual. I'm just trying to go for the friendly flirt.
Okay.
Relaxed. And, I mean, it's.
Like she's a little hesitant.
I've got